Hello, hello. How are you doing? I would like to reach all the people that are out there within earshot, right? Within notification range. If there's anybody seeing the notification and wanting to chat today this morning, I'm a little bit early, only because I was having trouble. I wanted to try to pop on like at um 10 minutes to 7, but I was having trouble getting on the internet and having a trouble getting on through StreamYard. So, hey, what's up, Joel? And so I was like at Five Tails struggling to get on, right? And I was like, oh man, this sucks because I just got 2 messages from a couple of friends asking me if I was going to be on. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm going on right now, And I couldn't get on, man. And I was like, normally I would just kind of wait in the background or whatever and let people show up, or but I was panicking. So that's me under pressure, right? But there's 3 people here. To me, that's enough. That's enough to do a show. We got one in the chat, right? One in the chat, and I was like, um, chatting with this other friend of mine, right? And there's a dedication to the truth, right? But there's this line, right, where you can accept that somebody is not there yet, but you still know the truth, right? But you can't waver from what the truth is. You can't come off of it, off that mark, right? Even though more people will join, I mean, it's like, I mean, I've never seen anything more automatic than this in my life as a phenomenon, like with having a channel. If you slide from the truth a little bit, more people show up. And I don't know why that is. Like, but it's almost this automatic a thing. You could count on it. Like if if I allow uh 2 contradictory beliefs to come in, right, then like more people will come. And that's why I got to be careful to always say what I think. From what I read and what my research is, I have to say what I know the truth to be, right? Because people are coming here, they trust me, right, to say what's true, right? And so I have to give you the information that, I would die for, like this is the way I see it. This is the way I think it is, to the point where I know it, you know, and I'm willing to die for this belief, uh, you know, and I mean, I would say that most of the time, like when people get caught up like in like splits, right? It's really that like we're not that far off, right? Um, when there's like belief splits and stuff, like certain things will cause a split. And what happens is that one side will see the most extreme version of the other side and be against it, like um for example, like if, say, like when I read the Bible, I see once saved, always saved, right? That's what I see when I read the Bible, right? So if if I say, okay, you're saved by grace, right? Now to the other side, it looks like I'm saying, oh, what? So you could just do whatever you want. You could just be saved and then just go live your life however you want, and then it's all good, right? Well, no one ever said that part, right? Like no one said like, oh yeah, you could just live your life any way you want to do it. Because if you're coming to God for salvation, right, you should already know that you're a wretch, right? Like I'm accepting only is Jesus, not only is Jesus the Lord, and I'm confessing that with my mouth, right? Not only is that true, but also that I'm not gonna make it. I can't make it on my own. I need grace, right? If you need grace to move on, and you get it from God, and you just go out and do what you want anyway after that, I I've never met a person like that, I never met a person like that. Not that truly believed that, they were saved. Like, in my head, I could split these things up, right? Like, okay, my salvation is this. Then there's my relationship with God is this. Both equally important. Jesus even says, if you love me, you'll do my commandments, right? So absolutely, I want to do the commandments because I love God, right? And the commandments Jesus was talking about was, love the Lord your God with all your heart, right? With everything, right? And and love your neighbor as you would love yourself, which basically covers everything. How you treat God and how you treat other people is basically everything. And so Jesus did say that, right? If you love me, you'll do my commandments. Now that's separate than salvation. I could separate those two things and say, yes, they're both important. I say you have to do them. You know what I mean? I would say you have to do both things, but 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 my salvation is through grace. It's a gift. It's something I could just choose to accept it, right? Before I even ask for it, he's offering it to me. And when you look at the parable of the prodigal son, right? And this kid's all over the place in trouble. And you know what I mean? He comes back and his father puts on the best party ever. And so here's the thing, right? So like I understand if you look at it from the most extreme example on the other side, right? Which would be, saying, okay, well, a person is saved by grace and then they're just going to go live their life like a heathen. I'm sure that there is, I'm sure that somewhere in those pages, right, that's covered, right? Something, there will be some kind of I don't know, like, because I mean, Hannah, help me out here, right? Like, I've never met a person like that before. But like, hey, Hannah, by the way, hi, how you doing? By the way, how you doing, Shepherd's voice? I'm glad you're here actually for this conversation because you're like the kind of the perfect sounding board to this. But it's like, yeah, salvation is a gift of grace, right? But like I view my, like, okay, because my salvation is taken care of, right? That gives me time to focus on like my real relationship with God and trying to make him happy, and I want to make him happy so much. I want to make him happy so much that, like, I hate that I'm in this body because I know that I could do it better if I wasn't in this body. And so like do I, but I'm not going to tell other people, hey, you have to do all this stuff. But I mean, if you really believed it, right? If you really believed you were saved, right? Like, okay, so you find out for the first time in your life, okay, this is the way it is. Jesus is the Lord. Whether you like it or not, or believe it or not, it doesn't matter. This is the way it is, right? So you find that out, you confess that with your mouth that yes, I want that. I want things the way they are. And then right, with what you need to do to be saved, right? You can't achieve it, right? So you're basically begging for mercy from the start, right? Like, I mean, you should realize what you're getting yourself into. And then you accept that grace, right? And then you start living your life. Yeah, but see, that's the thing, right? I would never be like, how could somebody be lukewarm after receiving that much grace? Like, I can't even picture a person wanting to be that way. Like, if you really believe that, so for the first time you come to realize, okay, Jesus is the Lord, and That's the way it is, and I need a bunch of grace just to even move on and live on, right? I'm going in the lake if I don't get grace from God, and it just so happens He's offering it, and you accept it, right? Now, okay, so you're saved, right? And that's a gift, right? But then, like, I don't know, like my focus went immediately on, okay, what can I, now that I know God is watching me every minute of every day, it's hard to sin now, right? Like it would be like, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but darn near. Like, I guess depending on how strong your belief is, I don't know. But I know that you don't just get away with whatever you want. I mean, the Lord chastens the ones He loves, right? So I don't know. I mean, I would say that it's hard because I can also see how, like, if you say, okay, well, if you're saved and then you can somehow lose that, right? I mean, you would drive yourself crazy thinking that way. Like, oh my God, did I repent for everything today? That I got to make sure I didn't mess up, because now you're putting the effort on yourself, right? And really, the price was paid in full by Jesus, right? And so, like, yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one, because when you're on the other side of it, right? Now, I can only say what I know the truth to be, right? And to me, the truth is that once you're saved, that's it. You're saved. And the next step should be like learning how to live your life, reading that Bible, right? And then your next step after that should be trying to get others, share the good news with them. I mean, to me, that's how you would work that out. With fear and trembling, you should be coming to God. And so, like, hey, I get it. I know. Hey, you're right, Ray of Sunshine. Many Christians are, yeah, and yeah, and I don't condone that at all. I mean, if you're going to be a Christian and just be in like sexual sin, which is probably the worst thing you can do as a Christian, right? Any kind, right? Just fornicating, right? Is very unpleasing to God, that's for sure. There's very little situations that please God in that area. Hey, do you want to come up, Tom, and help me talk salvation? It's up to you. What's up, Unbelievable Productions? That's the man right there. I gotta have you on one of these days. So let me know, Tom, and I'll drop the link for you if you want. Yeah, well, hey, look, this is the order I would do it in, right? And only because this is why I would even tell anybody what to do, right? Is because I want you to feel what I'm feeling inside, which is this world is falling apart. And I feel peace and joy, right? I mean, I mourn for the world and I want to help as many people as possible, but I don't have to feel bad to do that, right? And God has given me all this peace, right? I mean, the house of cards is coming down and I'm okay. And I want everyone else to be okay too, you know? And so, I don't know. I mean, I would say, I would say, go have a repentant heart. Number one, you should have a change of heart and a change of mind about sinning and what sin is in your life, right? Then you go to God, right, and say, God, look, I'm sorry for what I've done. I'm a wretch. I know that I can't make it. I need grace in order to get get to the kingdom of heaven. Accept the grace, read the Bible, work on your relationship with God, right? And then help other people. I mean, to me, it's simple. I don't know. Oh, hey, what's up, Truth Hurts? I'm glad you're here, man. I was gonna go to your I'm glad all of you are here, really. I saw Infinite Plane sneak in there too. How you doing, buddy? And AJM. But yeah, I was gonna stop by and see one of your videos that I like watching, but I don't want to say which one. But there's one that I really like. It's probably your one that has the most amount of views, probably. But yeah. Hey, so it's up to you. Hey, Tom, do you want to come up or no? Because if you don't, then I'll just keep going because I wanted to touch on this too, right? Which is I reached this problem where I don't know. I don't know if you guys run into this situation too, and please tell me if you do, right? And Father God, please, direct my words to make sure that what I'm saying is edifying to you, because in all circumstances, no matter what, everything is for your glory and for your pleasure. And I just humbly ask for that. And I pray this in the name of Jesus, Amen. So I should have done that to begin it, but when I got on the stream, I was kind of rushing to get on. But so this is the situation I keep running into, right? Is what do I tell? Oh, okay, I'll drop the link. So it's like, what do I tell my family about, this potion that's out there, right? And this thing, right? And so I was writing down all the things that are true, right? In this world, right? That are like deceptions, right? And so I'm like, well, if someone reads Event 201, right? Easy to Google that, right? And someone reads Koch postulates, right? And even watches a video like an Andy Kaufman, Dr. Andy Kaufman video, easy name to remember. Oh, why couldn't I drop that link? And so if they read Event 201 and they look at and they look at Koch's postulates on isolating a virus, and then watch something from Dr. Andy Kaufman, there's enough information right there, right, to know that this thing, they knew what was going to happen a year before it happened, right? And so it should give you some hesitation to take this thing, right? Now, if someone is still skeptical at that point, right, then I guess it would be okay to offer, that it was only 50 years ago. Um, it was only 50 years ago that from like 1930 to 1970, right? The Tuskegee experiments, right? I mean, this is something that's not that far in our history, right? And so if you need a reason, right, to if you need a reason to be skeptical of the government, then that's something that there's one right there, And not only that, but then you could see like, okay, well, what happens if I take the potion? Will it stop the illness? No, it doesn't. Will I be able to not wear a mask? No. Will I be able to not distance? No. There's nothing, no benefit to taking it. And yeah, and that says it all, right? That says it all. If you can get someone to read those things, okay, boom, biggity bam, it's done. And then if you get someone to nowadays with the way the flat earth stuff is, right? You get somebody to look at like 2 or 3 things, and basically the proof is right there. Because I remember when we were getting into it years ago, we kept watching video after video after video nonstop, right? Like to try to find all this information and piece it together. Now there's like videos where you could watch one video and just be converted in one day, I mean, like the proof is that good now, I'm gonna let well, I wanted to let Tom on first, but I got Truth Hurts here. I'm gonna let Truth Hurts on. Hey,
Hey,
what's
good
up, Truth
morning,
Hurts? How you
Steve.
doing?
I'm doing good. Good morning to you, buddy. How you doing?
What happened? Did I add him? I tried to add him.
Yeah, I'm in here, man.
back on, buddy. Oh, wait. All right, are you on?
Yeah.
Truth Hurts.
Can you hear me?
You there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hey, can everybody hear him? Because his thing isn't popping up on the screen. I can hear you just fine. I can. Can everybody else hear him?
Yeah, I don't know what's up. I don't know if it's the mic or
Yeah. Okay.
whatever.
Everyone can hear you. Yeah. Hey, and what's the?
Yeah, like
Well,
I was telling.
I let you. I was gonna have Tom on, right? And I don't know what he's doing right now, but while he's doing that, I'll let you on because,
Okay, that sounds good. I mean, like,
and I don't know why, man. He was good the past. Go ahead.
yeah. If you was gonna let Tom on, I could wait. I can because I'm very patient, so I can always wait.
No. It's cool right now for right now until Tom comes. He's doing something else, I guess.
I was talking to one of my brothers yesterday about this whole Corona thing. Some people do call it a virus. I call it more like a parasitic and like a parasitic thing going around, or like a real massive flu bug that's worse than we've ever seen. And you, like you said, they're pushing the mask thing again. Like they keep doing this stuff. Hey, Rowan. Hey, Shepherd's voice. Oh my goodness, you got somebody backstage starting trouble. We all know who the guy is. Yeah, I was saying the whole mask thing. It's crazy. Like one minute they're slowly trying to let it all go, and then now they're wanting to put this whole thing back on. Next thing you know, they're gonna make it.
As soon as he said Corona, it kicked us off. As soon as he said it, I knew that to try to be careful of like the lingo, but I didn't know it was like that. Is he still on? Now you're saying that you hear him. Oh man, this is all jumbled up, man. I hope I can figure this out. I wish homeboy would stop trying to get on here because that's complicating things a little bit. Well, anyway, let me try to get Truth Hurts back on. Truth Hurts, are you there? Hey, buddy, are you there? I can't hear him. Can you guys hear him? Because I can't hear him at all. And damn, that sucks. Okay, he's gone now. Man, that sucks, man. I kind of wanted to have him on or have Tom on or something like that. But anyway, back to my regular, what I was saying regular before is oh, here's Tom. Maybe this will be maybe this will be better. I don't know. Yeah, I can hear you, Tom. What's up, brother?
Okay. Yeah, no, I wouldn't find my mic. It said I had no mic. I'm like, well, I can hear everything just
Well,
fine.
every time that I try to let Truth Hurts, which he's really cool. I like Truth Hurts, man. I like him a lot, and so I like having him on. But as soon as he said the C word, right, it popped me off of here. And so I came back on, and I couldn't hear him, but everyone else could hear him.
I gotcha.
And then
Oh, I lost you. Yeah, now I can't hear you at all, bruv.
somebody else.
Now I got you back.
Oh, this you got me.
I got you now. Yeah, no, I lost you for a minute there. I wonder. Does it matter what page I'm on? If I'm on the StreamYard
This whole
page or
thing is a mess. Oh yeah, yeah. You want to get off of YouTube completely. Off.
okay, I'm off it now. But I still lost you.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Man,
keep
all glory to God, man. I hope you guys are getting some comedy out of this, you know, 'cause it's hard to juggle all this stuff, man. You have to close YouTube, Tom.
it is.
You
Yeah, I
have
don't
to
have it
close
open.
YouTube.
It is. Can you hear me?
Okay, then you should be good.
Yeah, no, no, no.
Yeah,
I don't know. It just seems like there's a big, huge delay here.
that's great. Here, I'll pop you. I think we have a delay. That's all it is. Hold on, let me pop you off and pop you back on. Hold on.
You
All
hear me
right,
now?
Tom.
You got me?
You should be good now.
Yeah, I'm talking.
Oh, that's a huge delay.
Yeah, there is.
No, I don't have his microphone at all.
Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, I got you now. If you can hear me.
Yeah, like a huge. Hey, there was less delay when Nixon called the moon.
Well, I'm glad you're back, man. It feels good to have you on right now, just because it feels normal to have some, you know, just to have. I hear you if you can hear me.
Read chat. All right, I'll type in chat.
Man, you know, I have a feeling I know what it is, man. It is let me know if you guys can hear me again. I think you can. I think it's all good right now. But that's what happens when you get trolled, man. You get trolled over and over again. But it is what it is, you know. And so, you know, we just go with plan B or whatever it is, you know. And this is a strong unit right here. So basically, you know, so keeps then drops you, keeps me. And so there's like a bunch of other crap going on in the background. Like I'm not losing my mind over it. I could care less. But you know, it is what it is, man. In fact, I think really it provides more interest, you know. And so yeah, so like where I was getting at, like you know, having to tell family members, right, what's going on with like the jab or the V or whatever, like it's tough. But if you tell them to look at those two things, but and if they don't see it at that point, right? Well, then, you know, I think we've done enough, right? It's hard because there are loved ones that I want to reach so bad, and I bring it up every time that I see them, but it's at the point now where it's like they just would rather not understand how dire of a situation that we're really in, and not accept like just how bad it is. And see, even us, we don't think it's as bad as it is, because we were slowly brought into it, where we learned each truth, right, separately, right? But if you were like a regular person, right, just a regular person out on your own, and you learned that the government made up a bug or whatever, and wants to give you a potion full of crap that's harmful to you, and is going to bankrupt the country soon. And there's a big statue of the Antichrist in New York, and there's a big middle finger to God in Washington, right? I mean, if you tell them what all these things are, right, all at one time, right, that everyone in Hollywood is a flip-flop, and every famous person worldwide, including like political leaders, right, they're all Satan worshipers, right? We're at the point now where we don't even have free speech, right? And if I sat down with a reasonable person, I could even tell them that, hey, everything you learned in science in school is wrong. So maybe everything in history you learned was a lie too. And so now we're at a point where we got some very nefarious people starting us at as children, right? Teaching us a creation story that isn't of God, when they don't have to teach us that. They teach us a history that's not true, and if it is true, it's one-sided. Because you got to picture the mainstream media, right? It is full of like I would say deception, right? And so you look at the history as being the mainstream news of the past. I mean, how do you think this whole situation is going to go down in history? Like, I don't think there's another generation after us for sure, but like, let's say there is, right? How do you think it's going to go down in history? As some kind of like, big old situation, when really it's if you go outside, right, forget about everything that you know, right? It's exactly the same as when we started 2 years ago. It's exactly the same out there, The only thing that's changed is the story and the people, how the people are acting. Yeah, I would love to have Tom back up. Is Tom ready to come back up? Yeah, I got so many people up here, man. Okay. Which I don't mind. I mean, God bless you. Hey, Tom, are you there? Oh, I hit the wrong guy. I hit the wrong guy. Tom's not even up here. That was funny, man. Oh, God has a sense of humor. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's we dodged a bullet there, guys. I almost gave a platform to somebody that yeah. I know, Cindy, it's hilarious. Yeah, he got on, man. He's got the clip. He made it on the show. You're a superstar now. That's more fuel for the fire, right? But anyway, so what I was saying is that it's hard to like. We're gonna have to start telling our loved ones, the ones that we want to be safe with, right? We don't want them to think we're crazy, but we're gonna have to commit to telling them how bad things really are, Oh, were you back there? I didn't see you back there. Do you wanna I mean, if you wanna come on, Sasquatch, I'm cool with that. I wish Truth Hurts left. I wanted to have him on too. Hey, Sasquatch, did you Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. But, hey, you made it on the show though, man. Hey, look, you gotta give a guy credit, man, for trying. Oh, here's Truth Hurts. I finally got you, man. Are you on here? Hey, Sasquatch, I was gonna let you on, man. I didn't know you were back there. I was just seeing all the people that were trying to troll me, man.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah. Man, I messed up, man. I messed up because I thought it was Tom, right? I look at the T, right, and there's a couple of them back there, and I hit the wrong one, and he popped on.
Hey, Tony, if your job was done, you would have left by now because you told everybody you were leaving and you said you never lie and then you come back. I call that lying. That ain't telling the truth. When you say you're going to leave or you say you're going to do something, you would have already left and done it instead of making up more lies as you go along.
More fuel, man. This is like Jerry Springer now, man. We have created Jerry Springer. We've created Jerry Springer. Look, now that it's a mess, right? We're holding 16, right? We're gonna probably go up to 25 because people will peek in and stay, right? And then whenever I'm telling some solid truth, man, it's like drops to like 9, 8. You know what I mean?
Indeed. I just want to say hey to all the room, all the chat, minus Tony.
Yeah. I wanted to let Sasquatch on if he wants to come up. I'll let him on. I'm cool with that. I'll let AJ on too, man. I don't care. Now it's a mess, man. Hey, AJ, welcome to the show, man.
Hey, AJ.
Hello, boys.
My buddy AJ and my brother. What's up, buddy?
Hello, Truth. Hello, Stephen. You two carry on. I'm just chuckling away here. I've just got a little.
You just
out in the private chat. I'm just having a bit of fun with them.
You just had to pop on to get famous, huh?
No,
Hey, so Truth Hurts.
You two have a little chat. I'm just sorting somebody out in private chat.
Okay, all right. You handle it then, man. Handle it. Hey, Truth Hurts. When are you coming back, man? To like start doing like streams again?
I set up a stream for September 10th at 6:00.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, we got to get like in sync where like BB could chat because she does a stream, right? And then you can do a stream, and then we could, Sasquatch will stream, or we should get in a rhythm, right, where we know each other's rhythm or whatever, and just then we could just hop, chat hop. That would be fun.
Indeed.
I don't spend as much time on YouTube as I want, like I want to be caught. Like if we're all going to talk about drama once in a while, I at least want to know what the hell is going on, And so like I've been like lagging on my Facebook time, right? I barely go on there, right? I put 2 posts the last 2 days so people know I'm alive, And then like I usually only pop onto YouTube for research and then to do my show, But I want to be in the chats too, man, talking crap. But then I end up on a video, and then where it goes from there, right?
Yeah. I want to give somebody a little music right here. Ready? Tony looks like a lady.
Oh my God.
Tony is a lady.
Well, hey, look, I don't want to. Like, here's the thing. Like, I respect the people that need to get that off their chest, right? And that's whatever they got to do. I'm cool with that. I try. Like, I'm like, it's just my natural like disposition, right? To just, I don't want any harm for nobody, right? I want everyone to kind of like be okay, but you can only take so much, like someone calling you a devil and a demon. It's like, man, if you're friends with somebody for a year, right? And this isn't an easy friend to have. This is a difficult friend to have that I got to like, to other people, got to stand up for him, right? Like, oh no, he's not that bad, man. He's, his heart is good, blah, blah, blah. You know how many times I've had to have that conversation? It's a difficult friend to have, right? And I did it for a year. And then, the minute I set a boundary, right? I'm the most filthy, disgusting, whatever. And it's all lies, and it's hurtful, and now it's just like I clicked on it, right? Like maybe 5 minutes of the past like week or whatever. And it's just it just really makes him look like a fool,
See, you got to understand though, Steve. What he doesn't understand is that you're doing everything right in the world, and you're, closer to God than he'll ever be, and you forgive people, and you believe in redemption. This guy right here, all he does is use evil tactics by using his verbal assault to thinking he's hurting anybody. But you're one of the you're one of the good people on here that actually try to at least forgive everybody. But he wants to sit there and throw very evil shade at you when he sits there and says he's a good person. He says he wants to protect people, and he's here to protect children. He ain't really protecting children when all he's doing is making false assumptions about people.
He's definitely wasting his time with me because I'm like the least, like number one, I'm the least likely to hurt anybody, and I'm the most boring person in the history of the world. Like yeah, okay, I get on the show, or whatever. I have that going, but like other than that, I don't really do much other than learn and study stuff, read the Bible, right? I'm like, if you're focused on me, that's a waste of man hours right there.
Steve, you're not boring, man. You're honest, and a lot of people respect people that are honest. And if he was honest, he would have left like he told people he was going to leave. That to me, when somebody says they're going to do something and they do it, that right there shows how honest you are. But when somebody says they're going to do something and then they turn around and take back what they say they're going to do, they're not living up to the honest person that they say they are. He sits there and he says he never lies. How are you going to sit there and say you never lie when you told people you're leaving, that you're not coming back, and then you turn around and do the exact opposite of what you say you're going to do? To me, when I hear people say that they're going to do something, they actually do it, I have respect for them because they're honest about who they are and what they represent. But when you have other people say that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then they turn around and they don't do it, then it makes you question those types of people on whether they're honest or not.
And not only that, but it's like, if you're going to, come on and represent God, or have a crucifix on your logo, or if you're going to come with that type of, you should at least be trying to build people up or trying to keep people safe, or trying to at least working on towards something that's positive, right? Like
exactly.
to tear down your friends, right? Like that's a waste of time when you could be focused on like what we were focused on, which was getting people that were doing evil stuff, right, off the internet, right? We could have been doing that, right? And more. We probably could have got one of these dudes arrested, right? But instead, it's always, we got to run into some other smaller person, right? We got to mess with that person for a little while because it's a show, right? Instead of, whatever. And then what hurts me the most is picking on your own friends, kicking them out. And then that means the whole group shuns that person, right? And so I guess what he didn't count on is that I was going to collect people because I don't just throw people away. And these people were my friends, And so it just so happens that the people flying out the door were all Christian people. Is that a coincidence?
Yeah.
And so it's just it's messed up, man, because it's like, I want to keep people together, and I see the value in people, and I don't care if somebody's making a million mistakes as long as their intentions are good and they're trying to get right, then that's all that matters, right? Like not everyone can be perfect, and I'll tell you what, these people here are strong people, man. This is a good group right here.
Indeed they are.
And so I know that it's a joy for me to every day get on here and talk to people, And
see what Tony don't understand is if he really wants to protect kids and protect people in general, the last thing he wants to do is go around accusing people when he should be looking at like Hollywood and looking at social media and look at the government on them having people like explain like. I wish somebody would explain all these missing people, like missing men, missing women, missing children, and they've been missing for decades. A lot of these people that were missed some come up dead, other ones that are never found. If Tony cared so much about people, he would actually find out what the hell the government's doing instead of attacking people online who have nothing to do with it. But he sits there and makes false claims saying we're a legion or whatever, which we're not. We just we
No.
follow God. We follow the way of the Lord, and for him
And
to
what's
sit there
And what's crazy is that he thinks we're connected against him, right? When we're not, we were never connected in any way. I just met you, right? And the only thing that connected us, right, is him lumping us together and victimizing us, right? We kind of had to form close bonds because we were protecting ourselves, you know?
Exactly, and also we're also close because we believe in the Lord. You know, we
That's it.
believe in the higher power. We believe that
Jesus.
God carries everything.
Yeah, everything. That's right. I mean,
And
my
as
whole
long,
that's what my whole life is about, right? Like I used to think about like, okay, well, I'm this age, I've accomplished this much, I've got this in my life, I've got, you know, a nice car, or I don't have a nice car, or what lady do I want in my life, or all this junk, right? All this junk, right? When you know, I found out that God was for real, right? It was like it was like a whole new world was opened up, right? Like nothing that I achieved, right, is going to matter. What's going to matter is how I treat other people and how I treat God. That's what's going to matter.
exactly.
You know? And those are things that I want to do anyway. And so I was happy that it was true, you know? And until I learned about all this like fake science and fake stuff on the news and, you know, fake stuff, right? Like, yeah, it gives me a lot to be grateful for. So when you mention stuff like there's all these men and women that are missing in the world, right? Now that gives me like I would dedicate time to that, right? As much as I can, right? Because I want to know too, right? There's people
Indeed.
that need help right now, right? And so like the longer somebody is wasting our time, right? The harder it would be to even accomplish something like that, you know? And
Absolutely.
yeah, it's like is this thing really about you or is this about you know, the thing? And you know, some people make it about themselves and it's obvious who does it. I don't need to point a finger. It's obvious. You know? So
The old saying, and a lot of people understand this. I know you do, and I do. We all do in the chat. Treat others the way you want to be treated, and if you treat everybody equally and not disrespect each other, your life would be so much better. You know, but a lot of but you got certain people that want to sit there and divide people, and you've noticed it with a few people on here, and we got to fight strong against the evil. And if
yeah.
some of these people don't want to wake up from the evil that's going on around them, then they're still going to continue to be blind.
I don't even know what to do anymore. Like there's loved ones that, you know, I want them to be saved, right? And so like I just we don't have to talk about it all the time. I just want them to be aware of what's going on. And if they don't believe it, let me show you, right? Show them whatever evidence I have, right? And just know it, be aware of it, and, you know, live your life, you know? But when you run into people that reject the truth, right? That's how we ended up in this situation in the first place. People reject the truth because it's too hard, you know? You know, it's someone explained it to me like this. If I came up to you and said, "Oh, you know, your spouse is cheating on you," right? You know, it's hurtful, right? But if it was really happening, you would kind of know that it's true, but you would be denying it because it's too hurtful, you know. And so
Exactly.
all it does is make us sicker as a people. And then when we're getting trolled, right? It's just immature and a waste of time.
And you asked what you should do with all this. As long as you continue to be a good person, as long as you continue to go the way you're going, you're doing the job that you're doing. God wants you to be a strong person. You're being a strong person. That's all you can do. Just let everything fall into place, and it will. You're not responsible for a lot of these people wanting to be that way, but as long as you're there and still caring about people, that's what matters more than anything in the world. Anything is just continuing to care, continuing to have that heart, that good heart that you have. It's all you got to do. God gives everybody good, and the ones that want to choose to be evil, they chose a different path. Like there's good and evil in everybody, but God God knows that we're only human. God knows that we make mistakes, and we
Yeah.
have to be better people. And as long as we choose to be better people and live the path of righteousness, then everything will be all right.
Yeah.
Uh,
He knows
when
our heart, so
exactly.
you can't trick God, like you can't say that you believe in God if your heart is not right. He knows that, right? And it's like this is what hurts me, right? Is I pray for, like, I pray for whatever demons are inside this man. I pray to Jesus that they come out of him, but and I pray that, whatever it takes for him to get to his knees and understand that God is the only reason we're here, and that and you have to let God take care of some things too, right? God, like, people forget, like they think God is gone or something, like he's not here, like we got to do it because he's not here. Well, we're in a partnership with God. God's not going to just leave us, right? And every problem
Indeed.
I've had, especially getting attacked on the internet, I've put very little effort into fighting it, but yet it seems to benefit me all the time. And it's because I pray for it, and I go, God, if I do what I'm supposed to do, right? If I show some restraint and some compassion for a person that's hard to do that for, right? He won't ever forsake you. He's faithful to he's so faithful to us, like he won't let us down. And hey, I can forgive 70 times 70 because I know that God is making results in my life.
See, the thing is, though, like with us, there is we're strong. Like everybody in the chat, you and me, we have a strong heart. And as
Yeah.
long as we have certain people that continue to test us, we have to continue to fight through it. And sometimes, using a sense of humor in certain ways, it is. But at the same time, we also got to learn that, we might have to ignore a lot of the things that he does or anybody else that does that acts that way to overcome. If we continue to dwell into it and give into it, then it's just going to lower us to the level that they're being the way they are. But God gives us the strength to overcome all of this, and we'll become much better people than we already are,
Yeah.
because God wants us to be strong, He wants everybody to be strong, but he also wants a lot of people, like the people that did turn away at one time to him, to come back home where they belong instead of
That's
turning
right.
away.
Did you know that if this man that's trolling us right now went to God and lived in a way that God wants him to live, that there would be a party in heaven. God would rejoice more for him than for all of us that stayed in line. And see, that's what hurts me, is that a person wants to choose to be evil instead of have God hold you above all of us for a little bit, Like, I mean, we're supposed to be building each other up, right? We're supposed to be helping each other find truth, sharpening each other up, telling each other the hard truths that no one else will tell you, And yeah, we're gonna argue sometimes, right? It's gonna cause division, right? Because God said it would. But that's why it's worth it. That's what makes. That's why it's worth it, because we have to be ready to have our rebellious spirit gone, because that's not going to exist in the kingdom of heaven. Like we're being offered a gift to go there and to live the way what we were made to do, and it's going to feel right all the time, as opposed to the way this happened,
Indeed.
And so, I think it's just a lack of people wanting to take responsibility, that God didn't cause all this, we did,
God has given all of us a will to be strong and to survive, even in this dark world that we're in right now. It's much darker times than it has been we've ever seen.
Probably ever.
It's kind of like we're close to the end, and in some ways we feel it. It's like all around us, like the torment, the tragedy that we see, the people that we're losing in our lives because of all the crazy stuff that's going around. And we see these people that we're supposed to rely on for truth, like the news, is not really telling us the truth that is the truth. They tend to hold back. But we have to really look and find out within ourselves and within things that are around us to find out the truth, because they can't tell us the truth, but we have to find out for ourselves.
Yeah, very good
So
point.
it is some dark times.
It is. It is,
Exactly,
man.
AJM, prophecy.
And see, I think what it is, right, is that like what's frustrating is that like God woke some of us up, right? Like where not only do we see the truth all around us, and there's a lot of people that don't, right? But it's like there's only a certain amount of people that can actually sit there and hear the truth, right? I mean, you start talking about certain subjects, they get triggered right away, right? And even on stuff that like is just like really nothing, right? And so if we're the only awake people, right, and it's really a small percentage of us, right? It's not, I mean, it's not a big percentage of us that know what this world really is, right? And we got someone wasting our time, right? Our time is so valuable to other people right now. Look, I've never looked at myself as being special or you know, um, I've never been really egotistical in any kind of way or anything like that, right? I mean, I've had my moments, right, that I'm not proud of, right? But it's like, you know, now we have to accept the fact that we're special, right? We have to accept the fact that we know some things that are going to help people in the near future, right? And if we have someone wasting our time, that you can't be any more the definition of Satan than that. Satan is the adversary, right? Anything that opposes God's work, you know. I mean, even Jesus said when he said, "I won't let the Roman soldiers capture you," because Jesus knew he needed to sacrifice himself to save the world, you know. And so, if these trolls don't understand what they're doing, man, they're really messing with fire right now, you know. But hey, they'll learn. I mean, I hope everyone, you know, sees the truth and
Yeah, I totally
fine
agree
with
with
some
you, man.
people, right? As far as working them back into the group, but you know,
You know, like how they say in the Book of
yeah, it's
Revelations, like
it is
how
what
they
it is,
say
man. But anyway, I'm
how
gonna
they.
round out, man. I got one, so
All right, thank you for having me on, man.
but
God bless you, Steve. Thank
all
you.
right, well, yeah, no problem, man. Anytime, man. And you know, I just want to say to everybody, God bless you, and you know, praise Jesus for His sacrifice and His grace, and you know, of course, pray for the kids, and you know, we're gonna try to be stronger, man, and just you know, endure to the end, man. That's it, right? All right, guys.
Indeed.
I'll see you later. See you later, Truth Hurts. Appreciate it. All right. Bye.